Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Blanco the Slime, and it's time for your best things to buy in GTA Online, like this terabyte that's sitting here behind me, like the business that this terabyte is sitting inside of, which of course is the Garment Factory. Both of these things are on sale this week, as you guys know, or if you haven't heard yet, it is the big Black Friday sales in GTA Online. So a lot of things are on sale, like I said, including this terabyte and the Garment Factory, but we'll get into all the sales and all the ways to make extra money this week. We got a lot of good ways to make money and a lot of good sales. So stay tuned. We got a pretty long video here. Of course, I do this every single week where I go over the GTA Online weekly updates. And if there's something you are interested in, then of course hit that subscribe button, join the Slime Squad, and if you enjoy the video, hit it with a thumbs up, and of course use that new hype feature, as this is the best way to push this video and help it perform better in the YouTube algorithm. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So starting off with your weekly challenge, of course, you got to complete 3 super yacht life missions to receive the Vibrant Check smoking jacket and, of course, $100,000. And then, of course, we have 50% off the high-end apartments, the Smoke on the Water business, the Higgins Helitours, the Hands-On Car Wash, the Garment Factory, and Eclipse Boulevard. Now, out of all of these, I would suggest getting the Eclipse Boulevard for the extra car space and the Garment Factory, of course, because you could hold your terabyte, your master control, and due to the fact that you can make $1.2 million there this week in like 20 minutes. The rest of these, honestly, I would hold off on unless you got a crap ton of money. I do want you guys to keep in mind, on Black Friday, they want you to spend money so you can't afford the next DLC. Next up, we have nightclubs, hangars, and the Mackenzie Airfield, also at 50% off. I would suggest getting a nightclub and a hangar if you don't have one. Don't get the Mackenzie Field hangar. Next up, we have 40% off the Galaxy Super Yacht on all upgrades and modifications. I would not suggest getting this, especially with the Mansions DLC right around the corner. Next up, we have 50% off the Benefactor Terabyte, including upgrades and modifications. I would definitely suggest getting this. The sale price is anywhere from $687 if you have the trade price to $1.7 million. Honestly, I would highly suggest getting this vehicle. Very, very useful. Has a master control terminal, and definitely something you want to get. Even with the Mansions DLC coming, it is still very, very useful. Next up, we have 70% off the Mammoth Avenger. I mean, you could get this thing as low as $1 million. $1 million and $35K. Up to 1.8 mil. That's tempting. I would say that I probably do recommend that. Now's probably the best time to ever buy an Avenger. I think the cheapest it could ever go is only if it's free. I think a 70% discount is the most we will ever get on the Avenger. So I guess I would recommend getting that. Next up, we have the Visser Neo coming in at 30% off. I'm going to go through these a little quick. Usually we give detailed breakdowns, but there's so many. I'm just going to say yes or no, whether I recommend it or not. We're not really going to get too much in detail, but I do not recommend this vehicle. Normally I would, but not with the Mansions DLC right around the corner. It's not that great of a car for you to be spending that money. Next up, we have 30% off the Caracara coming in at $612,000. Again, awesome vehicle, but not anything too crazy that I would recommend spending money before the DLC. Next up, 30% off the ZN Classic coming in at $568,000. Again, actually a very decent car, but unless you're just rolling in the dough, save your money, man. Only buy these cars if you have like more than 50 million or even 100 million. If you have less than 100 mil, don't be buying these cars. Next up, we have the Niobe. I definitely would recommend this for 1.3 mil. Next up, we have the Tyrus coming in at 1.7 mil. Definitely a fun car to drive, and it sounds really nice, but I would not recommend it again with the DLC right around the corner. It is not that special of a vehicle. Next up, we have the Projan Emirates coming in at 1.9 mil. Again, I do recommend this if you're rolling in the dough. If you have less than 50 or 100 mil, do not get it. Next up, 30% off the Tyrant coming in at 1.7. This thing is trash. I don't recommend it, and it's way too big. Next up, we have 30% off the XA21 coming in at 1.6 mil. One of the better sounding cars in the game, but I don't recommend it with the DLC right around the corner. Same thing with the 5 Miller coming in at 1.2. Again, I do recommend a lot of these cars, like 80% of these cars on sale. I would recommend in the normal circumstances, but because the DLC is right around the corner, I can't recommend cars like the 5 Miller. Here's another one, the Komoda. Normally, I would definitely recommend this car, and I still do. If you have over $50 million, honestly, I'd say get a handful of these cars. But with the certain circumstances we're in, I don't recommend it. Same thing with the Technical coming in at $884,000, trade price $665. just don't do it, man. The DLC is literally right around the corner, and that's going to be my answer for a lot of these cars. Same with the 3600 LX coming in at just over $1 million with a trade price 1.4. Without the trade price, can't recommend it, man. Mansions DLC is going to cost like $60 million for everything. So coil rating coming in at 612,000, can't recommend it. It's not even a great car to begin with, so I definitely don't recommend it with a DLC right around the corner. Now, this is one of the vehicles I will recommend no matter what. The Banshee GTS 30% off is awesome. In my opinion, it's one of like the top 5 cars in the entire game. I recommend it even if you only have like 20 million. It's that good of a car. Next up, we have 30% off the LMH7 coming in at just over $2 million. A very great car. I would recommend it under any other circumstances, just not today. I can't recommend it, man. 40% off coming for the TM02 Kunjali. I never read that name before. I would just call it the newer tank. But 2.3 mil sale price, 1.7 trade price. Can't say I recommend it whatsoever. Next up, we have 40% off the Toreador coming in at 2.5 mil. They're really trying to entice us to buy this. That's not bad for the Toreador, I can't lie, but that's up to you guys. Next up, we have 40% off the Tesseract. Absolutely trash. I'm not even going to spend too much time on it. Do not buy it. 40% off the Ignis at 1.6 mil. This is a vehicle I would recommend if you have a decent amount of money. Next up, we have 40% off the Hydra, 2.3 million sale price, 1.8 million trade price. Again, I can't say that I do recommend this. Just get the F1 Raiju. Why get the Hydra at this point, right? So speaking of the F1 Raiju, that is also 40% off, coming in at 4.1 million for the sale price, 3 million for the trade price. This I definitely recommend getting, even if you only have 20 or 30 million dollars. Getting the F1 Raiju for 40% off is awesome. Next up, we have 40% off the Deluxo, possibly the best anti-griefer vehicle. I would recommend this. If you have the money, definitely get it for 3.4 mil or 2.5 if you have the trade price. Very, very good vehicle. Next up, we have 40% off the Champion coming in at $1.7 million sale price. Can't say that I recommend it, though. It is a good car. It has a Monty Tech. It has all these, fancy gibbets and all this stuff, but DLC is right around the corner. We don't really need that vehicle. Next up, we have 40% off the ZX Convertible coming in at $1.3 million. Again, DLC right around the corner. We don't need it. 40% off the Swift Deluxe. Absolute pointless purchase. You get one for free with the agency. You can leave with it any time, and it technically is like your own personal vehicle at the agency, and the agency costs less than what this vehicle costs, so absolutely not. Next up, we get 40% off the Luxor coming in at $975,000. Absolutely pointless. Why would you need this with the Mansions DLC right around the corner? I don't know. 40% off the Buffalo STX coming in at $1.2 million for the sale price, $697K for the trade price. I would absolutely recommend this vehicle. It has a Monty Tech and it is absolutely awesome. Definitely recommend. Next up, we have 40% off the B-11 Strike Force. Very, very good aircraft, but I would not recommend it with the DLC right around the corner. Next up, 40% off the ZR350 coming in at $969,000, trade price of $726. Again, can't recommend it with the DLC around the corner. Now, let's head down to the casino. Your prize ride this week at the casino is going to be the Annis S80RR. We're going to go ahead and give this a live spin like I do every single week here on this weekly series. Believe it or not, I did win the car like the last 3 weeks in a row on the live spin. So let's see if we can keep that good luck going. It doesn't look like we will. Nope. Close. About 4 spots off. I'll take coins though, man. I flip coins upstairs in blackjack all the time. But if you want the Annis S80RR, it is there in the casino. Now, your LS prize ride at the car meet is going to be the Annis Euros, and you do have to place top 2 in LS Car Meet Series 3 days in a row. So if you have a friend that you want to win share with, if you like this car, go ahead and do it. I don't think it's anything too special. Even I believe it does have a Monty Tech, but still, the car is okay. I mean, it's nothing decent. If you don't have anybody to win share with, don't beat yourself up over it. It's really not that big of a deal. Next up, we have the HSW Premium Test Ride. That is the Bravado Buffalo EVX. I do recommend this vehicle, but not from here because it is really expensive with the customizations that they already put on it. But I also wouldn't recommend buying it now, of course, again, with the DLC right around the corner. Now, the regular, car meet test rides are going to be the Ocelot Lynx, the Lampadati Michelli GT, and the Corinne 190Z. Honestly, out of all 3 of these vehicles, the Ocelot Lynx, all the way to the right, is going to be the best one. But honestly, I wouldn't suggest getting any 3 of these. I do like all 3 of these cars, but again, with the DLC right around the corner, you're going to need like $50 to $80 million for this Mansions DLC. So most of these cars are going to be avoidable this week, and these 3 are definitely definitely one of the ones that you can avoid this week. They are not really too special. The Ocelot Lynx used to be like one of the fastest cars in the game until they put like HSW and stuff like that. And now there's literally like 40 cars that could beat the Ocelot Lynx. So I would definitely not suggest getting any of these three vehicles under different circumstances, maybe. But under the current circumstances with DLC right around the corner, definitely not a good buy. Now, let's move down into Simeon's where we have a couple good buys, but this one right here is not one of them. This is the Pegassi Tesseract. I do not recommend getting this. The handling's terrible, customization is decent, but the car is really ugly. I know there's like a cult following for this car. A bunch of people who love this car, you know, Tesseract boys and stuff like that. Me personally, not a big fan of it. Like I said, the handling is really bad and it's really pricey. Even on sale, I would not suggest it. Now, the Pegassi Ignis, in my opinion, is one of the best vehicles in the game, and I would absolutely recommend getting it. Of course, if you have the money to do so. Again, if you have less than $50 million, pretty much anything in this video you should not be buying. If you have over $50 million with the sale that the Pegassi Ignis is on, we already spoke about it earlier when we went over the sales on the vehicles, I definitely would suggest getting it, but you don't have to get it from Simeon's. You can get it from the website. It will be a little bit cheaper because it won't come with the default customizations placed on it. Now, next up, we do have the Prosian Emerus, one of my top 10 favorite cars in the game. They kind of have it looking like the Tron vehicle here with all the light blue and black and stuff. Looks really good. The car is really pretty, performs really well. Won't win you too many races and stuff like that now with all the HSW cars, but at one point this was one of the best cars in the game and still kind of is. I would say it's like a top 20 car in the whole game, so I would definitely recommend it, again, if you have over 50 million. Now, the Dubachi Champion, we ran over it before. This car has a lot of stuff. You can do a lot of Amani tech, a lot of customization. The car is really cool. But again, with the DLC right around the corner, I can't say that I recommend getting the Dubachi Champion, especially with some of the other cars that we do have on sale, and even like the Terabyte and the businesses. You definitely want to get the businesses before you get any of these vehicles. And we went over those businesses earlier. But next up, we have the Benefactor LM87. One of the better handling cars in the game, really fun to drive, and I would recommend it under pretty much 99% of the scenarios in this game. But unfortunately, again, with the DLC right around the corner, this car is going to suffer the same fate of being avoidable this week due to the fact that the DLC is dropping. Now, at Luxury Autos, we do have the Ubermacht Revolta. This is still free, so if you want the free Revolta, I would definitely suggest coming to Luxury Autos and grabbing that. And then, of course, to the left, we do have the Bravado Banshee GTS, one of the best cars in the game, and as I mentioned earlier, I would definitely recommend buying this, especially if you have over 50 million. Even if you don't, I would probably recommend buying it just because it really is one of the best cars in the game, especially when you give it that HSW upgrade. Really good car. Now, the real meat and potatoes of this week, of course, the FIB priority file being 4 times money, coming in at 1.2 million. I highly suggest getting that done this week. It is an absolute must do. You make 1.2 million in 25 minutes. Moving on down to the salvage yard, of course, no claimable vehicles, so it's going to be the sad yard this week. And I'm really shocked Rockstar did this on Thanksgiving. They couldn't even give us a claimable vehicle. I thought that was pretty low, but I digress. Here are your locations for your time trials. This is your regular time trial paying you $100,000. That only takes like 2 minutes of your time. And right above it, we have the HSW paying you $250,000. Again, only taking about 2 minutes of your time. So you definitely want to get both of those done. And they're right next to each other. So that is pretty convenient, I guess. And that will bring us to the end of the video. Again, this is a weekly series that I do here on the channel every either Friday or Saturday, whenever a weekly update drops for GTA Online. So, of course, if that is something you guys are interested in, I would appreciate you hitting that like and subscribe. Of course, if you are new here, hit the subscribe. If you enjoyed the video and you've been down with the channel, then just hit it with a thumbs up. And, of course, hype the video. Use that new hype feature. It's the best feature on YouTube to make a video perform well. And until the next one, peace out, boys. See you in that DLC soon.